In this section, we're talking about polygons and their perimeters. A polygon is a closed figure made up of vertices and segments. Vertices are endpoints where each side of a polygon are joined. Sides are line segments. Triangles are three-sided polygons. Quadrilaterals are four-sided. Pentagons are five-sided. Hexagons are six-sided. Heptagons are seven-sided. Octagons are eight-sided. Nonagons are nine-sided, and decagons are 10-sided polygons. A regular polygon is a polygon with all sides and angles congruent, as in these pictures. Not all polygons are going to be regular. We're going to be working with polygons that are both regular and irregular. Let's find the perimeter of the following two polygons. The perimeter is the distance around a figure or area. So in this first picture, each length of each side is 2 centimeters, and there are 8 sides. So we can find that very easily by multiplying 2 times 8, since they're all the same length. And we can use 2 times 8 because it's a regular octagon. In the next example, we have a pentagon. There's 5 sides. And since it's a regular pentagon, since all the sides are congruent, we can just say 5 times 6. Or we could add up 6 5 times, either way. And so 6 times 5 is 30 centimeters. Now we're going to find the perimeter of some different polygons. And finding perimeter is just adding up all the sides. It's really just one dimension, because you can imagine taking whatever figure you have, unwrapping it, and turning it into a line. So just imagine taking this triangle and unwrapping that side and that side. So you get 5 inches here and 15 inches there. And then you add up all those numbers together, 5 plus 6 plus 15, and that gives you the length of a straight line. So this is really just length. It's really just one dimension. So our answer will be in inches for this first example. So we're going to add 5 plus 15 to get 20. 20 plus 6 is 26 inches. In our next example, we see that it is a regular polygon. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides, all equal 4 centimeters. So we have a total of 24 centimeters for the perimeter. In the next example, again, we have a regular polygon. There's 4 sides, so 3 times 4 is 12 centimeters. In our last example, we do not have a regular polygon, so what we do see is that this is a parallelogram, so opposite sides are congruent. So we have 15 plus 15 and 2 plus 2, or we could use our formula for perimeter of a parallelogram. It's the same formula for perimeter of a rectangle, and we should know this perimeter by heart, so we want to make sure we learn it. The perimeter formula is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. It's the same thing as saying 15 plus 15 plus 2 plus 2. So in this case, we get 30 plus 4, which is 34 millimeters. Now we have some examples that are a little different. We're going to assume that all angles are right angles. And we see that this is 10 inches, this is 5, this is 1, and this is 6. So we're going to have to figure out the lengths of any sides that are not labeled. So I'm going to start with the side over here, which must be 5 inches also. That one's pretty easy. So next, we need to figure out this length right here. And we also need to find out these lengths. Well, we know that this length right here, the whole length is 10. So if this is 6 and this is 1, that's 7. So this must be 3. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 7. So next, we have to figure out this length and this length. And so in order to figure that out, we would have to know that this total length here is 5. And let's say we knew that this length here was 2. What do you think this length would be if that length was 2 and the whole length was 5? Well, we would know that this length is also 3. So this length would be 3. Then we would add all that together. So we would get 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 6 plus 5. And that's going to give us, let's see, 2936. In this next example, we have a very similar case. We know that this side is 6. So from this top to that bottom is 6. And we know that this is 1.5 and that is 2.5. So we know that we have 3, 4. So these two together are 4. So that means that this has to be 2. Okay, so going straight across, we know that this is 3 and this is 3, so all the way across is 6. So we know that this is 0.5 and that's 0.5, so that's 3. This is 2, so that's 5, so this has to be 1. So now we're going to start adding everything up and see if we have everything. So why don't we start here and go around. We'll start with the 3 inches. 3 plus 6 plus 0.5 plus 1 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1.5. And when we add all that together, let's see, this and this gives us 5. And 0.5 and 1.5 gives us 2. 2, 4, 6, so that gives us 6. 6 plus 6 gives us 12. I'll stick that right there. We have 3 plus 3, which gives us 6. And so we end up with 12, 13, 18, and 6 is 24 inches. Find the length of a rectangle whose perimeter is 148.6 and whose width is 29.2. We typically put the width on the side and the length on the bottom, although it doesn't really matter. Now we need to use our formula. Perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. And then we're going to substitute what we know in. We know that the perimeter is 148.6. We don't know the length, but we do know the width, so we're going to substitute that in. And then we're going to simplify. 2 times 29.2 gives us 58.4. We want to get the L by itself, so we're going to subtract 58.4 from both sides, or add the opposite. And when we do that, we get 2L equals 90.2, and then we're going to divide both sides by 2, or multiply by the reciprocal, and length equals 45.1 meters. So why don't you try this one, and then check it with the answer in your book.